Okay. Hey y'all, so this is my 23-week pregnancy vlog update. I am 23 weeks and 3 days, 4 days, something like that, I don't know. Oh my goodness, the same thing from last week. I just haven't, usually I film Thursday night and try to have it up Friday, so it's like true, you know, but today it's Sunday and I'm just not recording. As you can see, I look a little, I look a little less than stellar, but that's fine. So, what's happening? What's happening this week and a half last stuff? So I need to do an operation, get ready for baby video. Really bad, I said that last time. But the main reason is because I got all these swatches. Look at my swatches. That sounds weird when I say it like that. So many swatches. There's just so many. They're so pretty. Look at that one. Love that one. Is that one pretty? Okay, so yeah, I want to do an update about that. So, symptoms. What is going on? Well, I haven't really been having, continued to this week to not have any backache or anything, but like the old pubic bone area, my pelvis, it is, man, it's just not great. So I think even though my back hip pain adjusted after I accidentally gave myself a chiropractic treatment, apparently, if you missed that in my other update, I was talking about it. That's all been great. So whatever was like misaligned, and whenever I accidentally like stepped and I heard that pop and then I felt like great, that stayed great, so that's good. But yeah, my like pelvis area, it's worse when I've been sitting, and so I think that that's part of it. It's like usually I'm up and down and I'm you know, running around with the kids, and this week I was still doing that, but I was sitting a lot more. Like every time the kids were playing happily with themselves, I would run over and try to work. And usually I don't do that. Usually it's like the only time I sit down at this, you know, desk or this area in the game room is whenever the kids are doing something cute, and I'll come over and sit down and film them. You know, like that's, I just don't get to sit down a lot, except maybe during like their nap. But this week I just was doing that a lot more, and I feel like it irritates the thing. Like it hurts worse when I've been sitting. So I think I really do need to go see a chiropractor. The one my midwife recommended, she's holistic and she works out of her home, but she's like certified and blah, blah, blah. That's all fine and well. I don't have a problem with that. That's great. But the only thing is I really want to go to one that my insurance will accept, because I do not want to pay for that out of pocket. And I don't know if they would accept that. So I might just have to research some in the area and get some other opinions. But yeah, I think I told you guys I kind of have a fear of them, but I'm going to probably give it a try, because that pelvic area is like no fun. I had my midwife appointment on Thursday. The baby sounded fantastic. Her heart rate was fluctuated, which is what they want, because that means they're moving around and everything. And what was I going to tell you about that? I was measuring 24 weeks instead of 23, but that's normal. You can measure behind or ahead and not really be behind or behind. It's like, depends on the baby's position. So I think one of the times I measured slightly behind, but obviously the baby was growing, and this time it's the same thing. So that was fine. I've gained 6.5 pounds total, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'm almost 6 months pregnant, which is great. We talked about, my next appointment, I have to do the glucose screening. So since I'm with the midwife, I don't have to take that chemical-filled, gross drink that they make you drink. That I actually, for those of you who are going to normal doctor and you have to drink that drink, it is not as bad as everybody says. It's not. You'll just psych yourself out. It's really not. I have 2 vlogs where I'm drinking this stuff. And so you can go and find those. It's not as bad. It's just not great. The thing is the thing that I don't like about it, like, forget the fact that it doesn't taste like stellar, like I can live with that. It's just that it's like full of all kinds of like fake chemical stuff, and it's like, if I'm gonna have something fake and chemical, I want to just like splurge and have a real Coke. I don't want it to be on this stupid glucose drink. So anyway, with my Midwife though, I get to drink 100% grape juice, like, you know, grape juice, like 100% grape juice, like not, you know, juice cocktail or something. So I can live with that. I'm much happier with that. And you have to drink it within 2 to 3 minutes or whatever. And you're supposed to eat eat kind of normal, but they said maybe a little less carbs and more protein meals before. And they even want you to eat an hour. Is it half an? I wish I had my sheet. And half an hour before I drink the drink, they want you to actually eat a protein snack. So anyway, I'm going to do all that. So hopefully everything will be fine. With Sophia, I failed the first one and everything ended up being fine. Like the first whatever test, everything ended up working out fine. I didn't have it. With Grayson, but I was like so scared about it. And with Grayson, I passed like flying colors, no problem. So hopefully with this one, I've gained less weight than I did with Grayson, and I've been eating, even though I'm actually like in worse shape, I think, I'm a healthier eater than I was with him. So hopefully everything will be okay. And then I also have to get my Rogam shot, and that is a shot that you get if you are a negative blood type, and it's, you know, it's this Rh negative blood type thing. And basically the reason you get that is that it protects, if you're a negative blood type and your baby's a positive, your blood could, in theory, if you and your baby's blood mixed somehow or whatever, you literally could, your blood could attack the baby. And you could lose the baby, or the baby. If the baby survives, it could have this Rh disease that's called blah blah blah. You can Google it for more information. Look up Rh negative in pregnancy. So basically, though, thanks to technology, back in the old days, you could usually, if you were an Rh negative person and your baby was a positive, you could usually have one baby, and then every time you got pregnant after there, it would be a miscarriage. That's what, you know, would usually happen. So back in the olden days, that is what happened. We would have Sophia and that would probably be it, and that's really sad to think about. So that is really cool that technology has helped it so that people like me, because my children are both positive blood types, so chances are this one will be too. Now, if I had married Kyle, who was negative, and our children had negative blood types, if Kyle had been negative, he's a positive, then we would be fine. I could have all the kids I wanted. But if you're a negative blood type and you marry somebody with a positive blood type, then nope, usually you get one kid. I've said this before in my vlogs, I think when I was pregnant with Grayson, but a little bit of interesting historical trivia is that they suspect that Anne Boleyn was actually Rh negative, and that is why she had her daughter and then had miscarriages after and couldn't get pregnant again. And I think that that's why. So anyway, that's pretty cool. For your history buff, go look into that. You can find all kind of like reports on that. So anyway, thankful for today where I get to have a big shot right in my patuchus, but that shot lets me have lots of babies, so that is awesome. And then what happens is after your baby is the shots, the treatment of the shot lasts about 12 weeks, and so that's why you get it around 28 weeks, and hopefully it lasts you to delivery and it starts to kind of wane off. But then after you have the baby, they test your baby, and if your baby is a positive blood type, you have to have the shot again. That basically prevents your body from making the antibodies that will attack a baby if you get pregnant a 4th time or whatever time it is for you. So I'm getting that shot next time. Woo! I don't mind it though. That's another one of those things everybody's like, oh, it's the worst shot ever. And it is. For some people it is, but it's never been that bad for me. I was expecting like the end of the world the first time I got it, and it was just like, I was like, really? It's like, that didn't feel great, but it wasn't like what I was expecting. So no big deal. We set up all of my midwife appointments. We actually did it before, like, my last appointment, but we kind of confirmed everything this time, and that was really exciting because it was putting it into perspective. Yeah, so then I have all my appointments set up, including in August, nope, excuse me, September, on September 6th, Friday, September 6th, we have my birth planning meeting, and I have to bring along people who want to be at my birth. So I'll bring my sister, and I will bring my mother, and obviously Kyle. I feel like it's so funny because I've talked about this so many times, and I always talk about my midwife, but then I still have people who are like, are you having a home birth? And I'm like, where did people not get the memo? I had like whole vlogs about it. I'm basically having a home away from home birth, so yeah, technically I am, but not technically. I'm giving birth in a home, but not my home. I'm giving birth at the birth center, but I guess some birth centers are actually like medical places. My birth center, it's called a birth center, but it's not really, it's a house. It is just a house, and I'm giving the plan, God willing, is that, yeah, I'm having birth in a bedroom with a blow-up pool, and yeah. The reason I'm not doing it in my home is because I'm very bothered if my home is not in perfect order if I was going to give birth here. And all my friends keep telling me you don't need to worry about that and that the midwives clean up after you. But I would worry about that. It would bother me. I just know it. So I'm actually more comfortable going someplace, but I do not want to go to a hospital again. I did not have horrible hospital experiences like some people, but it just, I don't like people pushing their drugs on me and da-da-da-da-da. And like, you know, I just, and I also don't like, I won't do Pitocin, like straight up. Nope. Cannot give me Pitocin, and never had it. And you know, you can have it for afterwards if they need to help stop bleeding, but I mean, I won't have it for labor. And so not that there's anything wrong with it. I think in certain situations it's good, but that's the problem with hospitals. They just give it to you, like they're just like, have some Pitocin, like even when you don't need it. And I'm just not all about that. So anyway, so yeah, so basically I'm getting like the best way, which is I'm going to someone else's home that I feel very comfortable in, and it's where I go to my midwife appointments, and it is 10 minutes up the road, and the birth center, the house, is 5 minutes from the hospital. So if there was a problem, I'm right by the hospital, it's right by my home, and I feel really comfortable, very safe there. I think that's the most important thing. If you feel really safe in your home, do it there. If you feel really safe at, you know, a medical birth center, do it there. If you feel really safe at like a home birth center like I'm doing, do it there. If you feel really safe at a hospital, you should do it there. You just got to go like where you feel really, you know, comfortable and confident. And that's kind of my opinion, you know. I know some people are like gung-ho one way or the other, and I'm really not. I'm just like more about like, what do you feel is like the way that you want to do it. So with me, pain doesn't scare me. The pain has never scared me. Even before I had my first child, people, you know, I'd hear people talking about how they were nervous about the pain, and I never was. I just, it's not like I'm like, you know, yay, pain or anything, but it's never bothered me, even before I had my first kid. And I think it's because I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to hurt, so I don't worry about it. I'm like, yeah, it's going to stink, you know, it's going to probably be a bunch of like bleep, 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 you know, cuss words and all that stuff, and it is, but it's okay, like that's just what happens, and so why worry about it? That's kind of my opinion on it. So yeah, all right. So for those of you who are not caught up, but we actually decided to have the birth there before I was even pregnant, really. So that's been long since decided. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, there will be no option. I mean, I'm in a house, I'm in a bedroom. So there's no option for, you know, pain stuff or any of that, but that's fine. Sophie was, you know, all natural, so it's just, yeah, it is what it is. I'm really excited though. So yeah, so that's happening. So that's why we have a birth planning. The long story short, that is why we have a birth planning meeting. Because the midwife's gonna like explain to them what's happening and what's going on and make sure they're supportive, and they are, you know. My mom, she was in a hospital, but she delivered my sister and myself naturally. You know, she's all about that. You know, my mom was very much a, you know, she nursed for us for as long as we wanted, and you know what I mean, just natural birth. That's just how my mom was, and so she's really supportive of all that stuff with me, which is great. So I'm really excited, but it kind of, putting it all down on paper, all of those like meetings, made it really real. You know, I was like, whoa, this is happening. So we have a jogging trail behind our house. Like there's a green belt, and this like beautiful woman in perfect shape was jogging, and I was like, oh, I should be jogging with you. Anyway, okay, I keep working out, I keep doing it. I've hung in there so far. I am the token pregnant lady at the gym, so everybody always sees me and they're like, oh, pregnant lady coming through. Oh, oh, well, you can't see because my hair is up. Oh my gosh, my hair has been so much better. And it started to get better before I started. Thank you guys so much. You all recommended all these treatments. And so I was like, okay, but I didn't buy them right away. My hair started to get better before I even bought the stuff. So it's definitely a hormonal thing. And for whatever reason, my hormones decided to be like, let's get our hair back. And now, I wasn't expecting miracle hair because I have thick hair, lots of it, and I live in a humid environment. It doesn't matter if you have the healthiest, softest, greatest hair. If you have thick hair and thick wavy hair like I do in a humid environment, your hair is going to get frizzy. I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with that. I know how to handle frizzy hair. This was not that. This was not like just your normal, like that's how my hair is, like make peace with it. This was like my hair was just dry and lackluster, and that's not normal how it is. It's like not my normal hair. But anyway, it started to get better before I even started the treatments. And then what I did is I bought a shampoo and conditioner with macadamia. I don't remember what kind of oil, but I bought, like, I think the argan oil. I bought a shampoo and conditioner that had that in it, so I started using that, and my hair instantly felt even better. And then I got one of those, the macadamia oil treatment deep conditioner ones that everybody was like, get it! And I was gonna get there's this Aussie one that people recommended, like it was the second most recommended, but I decided just to like dish out the money and get the other one, and it has been great. But like I said, I can't say that the treatments necessarily were like what did it, because before I started, my hair was already better. So it can't hurt, right, using that extra treatments. But I wish my hair was not so dirty and pulled up in a crappy ponytail so I could show you. But it's just softer. It's just so much softer and like smoother. And then when I started doing this stuff, it was even better, and it's awesome. So that is wonderful. Okay, other than that, that's it. So there we go, that's what's happening. And I will hopefully be done with all of my other boring work so that I can do fun stuff, like my nursery stuff that I really want to do. My Operation Get Ready for Baby videos. I've already recorded a bunch of that. I have to prioritize, you know how that is. You guys know, so. Alright, I'll show you guys the belly, and that's it. I will talk to everyone in just a few days when I will be 24 weeks pregnant and 6 months pregnant officially, which is awesomeness. And baby dust to all of my TTC friends out there, okay you guys? Bye.